Hello again everyone, how are you all? Hope you're all well. Coleco managed to get the rights for the home arcade ports of Donkey Kong and got to make it for other systems as well. And it is rumoured that they made it as bad as possible for the Atari 2600 just to make their one look better. Is this true? I'm not so sure, but let's compare them anyway and see what the differences are. Before we get to the gameplay, just a very quick look at the actual console themselves. This here is the ColecoVision, and you know what? I actually really like the style of this. I like the silver on the front. You've got an expansion port there where you can plug in a steering wheel and some other things. Believe it or not, there's an expansion for this to put this into an actual full-size computer. You know what I mean? It's crazy what plans they had for it. Unfortunately, video game crash happened. There is a port for this, which is interesting, which I'm going to show off at the end. Your games go here. You've got your reset button and your power. If you are going to get one of these, make sure you get it with the power supply, because that is actually quite an odd pin in. So yeah. Joysticks. As my son says, they're mobile phones. He was actually doing this earlier, ordering a pizza. But you can detach them and put in a Mega Drive pad. And how are they to play? They are not the worst pads in the world. They're not great, but they're not the worst. You've got your buttons at the side and that, and all the number pad, which, you know, a little bit excessive for these type of games. So that's the ColecoVision. And just in case you've never seen one before, this is the classic woody, God, it's dirty. God, it's been in storage for a while, this one, of the Atari 2600. And do you know what? This is a true classic. It's an icon. It really is. If you talk about any kind of retro gaming, the Atari 2600 will come to most people's minds. It really will, even if it's just the joystick. Joystick ports are at the back. Came out with lots of different redesigns, but the wood grain at the front, I think, is an absolute classic. Anyway, enough waffle. Let's get on with comparing the games and see, did Coleco screw over the Atari for a bad port of Donkey Kong? I don't know. Let's see. So here we are, the ColecoVision version. Right, first of all, here's the pad that I'm using. And to be honest, I actually quite like using the original pads that came with devices. I think it's more authentic. But right, anyway, press number 1 because we can start there. So graphically, this looks really quite nice. Yes, it's the wrong aspect ratio. Don't sue me. And we are playing for RF because I normally play this on a CRT. But obviously, I'm not today. So Mario looks like Mario. You can see his moustache. You can see his hat. The barrels look like barrels. Donkey Kong up here. Take full note of how Donkey Kong looks. Gameplay wise, yeah, it's spot on. A little bit slow and floaty, but you know, was never going to be arcade perfect. Let's get the hammer. It's got the music. Tell you what, do you know what I need to do a comparison of? Some of the Spectrum ports of Donkey Kong. If you think you've seen a bad Donkey Kong game, think again. Oh, that was close. I always hate it when the hammer runs out right at the end. But anyway, good excuse to listen to that music anyway. Right, let's just go for it. Let's see if we can get to the next level. The princess at the top looks like the princess. But I definitely want you to take note of how Donkey Kong looks. Oh, that was close. I wasn't looking then. I was looking for the viewfinder. Do. Right, off we go. Oh, I'm definitely bad at playing games. You know, you don't come here for good gameplay. I do know how to get past this level, I swear. It's a fun game. It is. It's Donkey Kong. What is there not to like? Go up. There's a little bit of a pain. Ooh, that's close. Oh, I'll wait. Oh, for God's sake. Is that my game over? No, one more. Right, come on. Just next screen. That's all I want. Next screen. Not going to talk. Oh, I thought he was going to come down there then. Believe it or not, one of my favourite ports of Donkey Kong is on the VIC-20. Oh, that was class. Yay! See, look, I can do games. Right, and this is the second screen. And where the hell did he just appear from? Right. How many lives have I got left? Oh, he's actually chasing me. Get up. Okay, this level's probably not as good as the arcade. That's my excuse. Yeah, the ladders are a bit of an issue on this. Definitely ladders are an issue. Why did I walk into Donkey Kong? Now that was a stupid mistake. So yeah, that is Donkey Kong on the ColecoVision. Now let's go and check out how this compares to the Coleco's port of Donkey Kong to their competitor, the Atari 2600. Okay, and here we have the Atari 2600 port. Before I start, you can tell it's drastically different. The barrel down here does not look like an oil barrel. Nothing ever comes out of that. It just sits there. The actual hammers, you've got one, not two. Look at Donkey Kong. Just look at him. Yeah, I mean, Mario, not too bad. Not as many colours. And you've got the princess up there. But it still plays like Donkey Kong. So let's get on with it. Let's give it a go. There we are. You have to press 5 to start. There's no music. It's just... you've got to play the game. The barrels, again, I think somebody's just described in the past of looking like chocolate chip cookies. It's not as floaty. The ladders... oh, there you go. Dropped too soon then. The ladders are easier to get up on this. Just goes to show that the graphics are and everything. I mean, you need to have good solid gameplay to go with it. Oh, I jumped over that. Well, at least I'm giving it a fair comparison. What's that? Oh, I've got to reset. Oh, there we go. That must have been my lives gone. At least I'm giving it a fair comparison of being really bad on both games. You know. Right, let's get this. Oh, hang on. Oh, no music when you get that. Just a hammer. I can see this getting old. Oh, there you go. I can see this getting old very quickly. But then again, that's sort of what Atari games were like, really. I like Atari games, but I never tend to play one for a long period of time. The second level, I said, very, very different again. There's no real... I mean, they don't come out after you. They will just go left and right, those little ghosty things. And, yeah, it's a bit easier, to be honest. Oh, that was close. Not paying attention. Got him stuck in there now. Oh, should have turned around. Right, last life. Oh. Oh no, I've got another one. That was one more life. Yeah, I said at least I'm consistently bad. So that's just a really quick comparison of the two games. I'm not going to bore you with any more gameplay, but I'll leave it to you. What do you think? Was this deliberate, or was it just a lazy port? I'm not so sure. There's definitely a lot of debate for either way, but there was a new version of Donkey Kong made for the Atari 2600 on original hardware, which improved it dramatically. So I think more of a lazy port than anything else, than anything malicious. Right, anyway, let's get back to final thoughts. So, there we have it. Donkey Kong on the ColecoVision and Atari 2600. Was it malicious that they made a really bad port for the Atari 2600? Or was it just laziness? I'm not sure it was intentional. I just genuinely think it was more of a, oh, that'll do. Yeah, that'll keep them happy. But they definitely put a lot more time and effort into it. They are, I know people are going to say they're not the same generation of consoles. They're not, but they're damn close. They really are. The ColecoVision could have gone on to be doing so much more. It's same as the Atari, really. But the video game crash happened, and the rest is just history, really, with Nintendo taking over. I have got an Atari 7800 as well, and that, if it just come out a little bit before, would have really dominated the market. But again, timing, things happened. It is what it is. But that was a nice comparison of these two games. I enjoy both of them. I really do. Definitely one worth playing more. When I was talking earlier about the expansion port, this is the expansion that I was talking about. I was going to say at the end. And this is the expansion module 1. And as you can see, it's actually got joystick ports, it's got buttons, and it's got a cartridge slot. This is an Atari 2600 that you can plug into your ColecoVision. Imagine that now. Imagine an add-on for the PlayStation that lets you play Xbox games. There'd be lawsuits, and there was. It was settled out of court, but, you know, there's a history behind this. And if you want me to go more into history with this, because I'll have to do a bit more research, I really will, because it's an interesting add-on and an interesting bit of story. But the reason why I'm bringing that up is because when I played the Atari game today, didn't play it on an Atari. I played it on this. This here is the Coleco Gemini. And if you look, very similar in size and shape, but it's a standalone. This is, oh, I'm getting the cables caught. There we are. This is Coleco's Atari 2600, which they came out with after the lawsuit was settled. Craziness. And what's even more crazy is the pad that came with it. I love this pad. Look at that. It is a joystick and paddle in one button at the side. And you know what? This is my preferred way to play Atari 2600 games, is with this pad. As I said, video game crash came out at the wrong time. I think this was only available in Canada and mail order in America. And it just disappeared. A little bit of an obscure bit of history between these competing companies. If you want to see me do a proper, more in-depth video of this and the expansion, just let me know in the comments below, and I will. I'll go and do some research, come back and give you the facts and figures, and just showing it off a little bit more. I mean, it is AV modded, so it's really nice. Right, anyway, that's enough waffle. You can make up your own minds. Was it intentional, or was it just laziness, or could they have done better? I think they could. But that's enough for me waffling. I will see you again on Friday for Spectrum Day. And guys, look after each other. See you again soon.